Yo, look at my hair. It looks so wild with the sun behind it. Like now I understand why games do that little curly pattern on the outside. It's like right here. Now like I understand that. That's so cool. Anyways, that's not the topic of the video. Welcome back, guys. I took one of my favorite trails to walk when I'm back home at my parents', but this is one of the final times I'll be saying goodbye to this hometown forever. I stayed a little bit longer than I thought I was gonna stay, but I still did exactly what I said I would do. I said that I would end up only staying around a month, maybe a month and some change, and I did it. And I'm just proud. Today's a really good day, and I'm pre-recording this, so this is before my birthday, but probably by now my birthday has passed and I forgot to upload it. But I just wanted to say, for anybody watching this video, share this with someone you think who needs it. I'm gonna make this really a quick message just about everything so far, about how I feel, hitting 23, and just, give my honest where I'm at in my current state of mind and everything, and my mind, my body, my soul, my spirit, my everything. And yeah, and that was that little quote in the beginning I put. I wanted you to read that and take that in. So if you didn't read it, go back and read it. It's important for the framework of this video. But some of you who closely watch me, creepers, may know this spot. I like this spot coming up here. It's nice. They carved out this path. Before, when I came up here and shot a video, it was all filled, but now it's clear. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and shoot. How am I feeling? How is my mindset at 23? First, I want to say big thank you to those of you who said happy birthday and gave me really, really sweet messages. And for those of you who are probably gonna say it after this birthday, after this video, sorry, lips dry, hair dry, everything wrong already. But I wanted to start this video with a very, very positive message, for not really positive, but just a real one for anyone you share this video with. And then after, you can leave the video and go live your life. I want you to get back into the world. But one thing I want to say is, being a man or being a woman, I can't speak on being a woman and what it is to be a woman, but just from a human being perspective on all of this, on all this whole human experience, I want to say, I don't truly know still at 23 what it is to be a man. I have heard from many people, many people, I've had really powerful male figures in my life who've done great things, and some on the other side of the spectrum who really aren't doing anything with their life, and some who may consider that thing that they're doing with their life, that some may consider is nothing with their life, is something to them. And it always comes back to one thing. This whole thing is perspective. This whole thing. Someone could look out at this view I have of this whole city and say it's disgusting, or someone could say it's beautiful. I love views. I think it's beautiful to see rolling hills, and then now I'm moving to a place where there's not too many. But I'm so grateful, by the time you're seeing this video, I'm already probably in the new place. So yeah, but I just want to say, stay on topic. I know, Lunar, stay on topic. But I just want to say that I think there are no real base to what being a man is. And this is the part where I said being a woman either. I think the sheer fact of waking up every day and going, I'm alive. This is life. And it's more beautiful than it's not even more beautiful. It's the gratefulness of that, waking up in the morning and being able to take your first breath and being like, it's another day. I'm awake another day. Some of us can't even remember the first time we opened our eyes as a baby. Some people's awareness goes back that far. You'd be surprised. But I think this whole thing with life and death scares people way, way, way too much. And personally, in my own beliefs, I want to get into this kind of towards the end of the video, but I don't think it ever ends. And the truth is, I think it just keeps on going. You know, and Alan Watts really said it great once. Is, you know, I'm gonna misquote the hell out of him, but do you even remember the first time you woke up? So, you know, dying is gonna be the same thing. You're never gonna remember really when you died, and you're never gonna really remember the first time you woke up. You know, I'm getting off topic again, but I just think that you need to keep that in mind with this whole thing that is the human experiences. They're the same, man. You shouldn't be scared of any of this. But going back to the whole man thing, because I don't want to get too far off of that. I don't think there's a correct way to be a man, because I think for me, right, some people would call this little boy behavior. I never did the whole playing girls, playing each girl, doing all that. I never had what they called, you know, the playboy phase. But because of my looks and because of the relationships I had, I'd be fucking grouped in the category of playboy. Sorry for cursing, I tried to keep it clean. But it makes me think about something. It makes me think about society, and it makes me think about this whole thing about perspective. The truth is, I think being a man or being a woman, just in the base of it, of being a pure human being, not the gender roles, is literally being able to wake up and just be grateful for life, and grateful to be alive, and grateful to breathe, and grateful to have this super weirdly mystical experience. You know, whether you believe in science, whether you believe in God, whether whatever, it's all a whole. Everything is everything. Everything is connected. Science is connected to the spiritual, metaphysics, physics, everything, biology, it's all connected, right? And I do feel like there are definitely some certain facts to reality, but when it comes for what we're supposed to do for one another and vice versa, I think that really changes depending on the person, man. It's perspective. Everyone has a different perspective on what things look like. And I think in this day and age, a lot of people take things way too freaking personal. I definitely said this. It's funny because of how young I am, but I've always been an old soul. Like, I think that's another thing that was funny that I wanted to mention about being 23, is I used to say at 18 years old to my grandma that I literally feel like I'm 35. I used to say that. So now that I'm 23, I still kind of feel the same. You know, my mind has always been really ahead of my peers, and not in a way that's like an ego, like I'm ahead of y'all, but like I just, you know, party life and all that stuff was never really for me. I have the perspective that it's like, you know, I want to bust my ass doing the things I really care about in life right now, and I could relax later on. But right now I really want to just go hard, and that going hard isn't even the programming of you have to work hard to achieve, but because trust and believe me, I've seen a lot of people who don't work hard and achieve everything, you know, in terms of what I think working hard is. But I truly think that, you know, there's no way what being a man looks like. You know, I keep hearing this word get thrown around now, being a traditional man or a traditional woman and stuff like that. And to be honest, I think people are getting way too caught up in perspectives. And honestly, I know something that's really dangerous at this age now that I've learned definitely from being someone who has been like a pillow for a lot of people to lay on, to tell their things to tell their problems, to get advice from. I've been this for a lot of people, and what I've learned now is it is extremely dangerous to take in so many viewpoints from so many different people. You really have to discern what is true for you. You know, and with my coming content, I'll be able to elaborate a bit more, but I truly feel like you need to decide for yourself what makes you a man, what makes you a woman in terms of what to live by. You know, not this whole debate I see, political debate with the whole, you know what's going on. If you know what's going on. You know, I don't want to mention in this video. I want to keep it pretty just a clean message, but but seriously, because recently, just in my life, I did so much for a person, and it's so funny how no matter how much you could do for them, depending on how they see you in their head, and if they're convinced of it, their mind will not change. It doesn't matter how much you do. And that's why I know at the end of the day, it's all about the inner world. Now, I know if you've been following me this long, I'm super in tune with the world, man. I get synchronicities all over the place. Animals come up to me, stray cats love me, everything. So, and that's not to be an ego. It's just like, I genuinely hold or harbor no ill will to anything. Even if I harm people, I say, if I have to be the devil in your reality, then I'm the devil. If I'm the God in your reality, then I'm the God. Whether you hype me or whether you dislike me, it doesn't matter. It's all about how I feel about myself at the end of the day. And that's a really powerful perspective, because you can get too caught up. You can get too caught up in emotions and everything. And I think emotional intelligence is really being able to discern those things and discern your feelings, what are your feelings and are what others' feelings. And most of the time, people are projecting, man. That's just what it is. I feel like when people talk about sleepers, robots, bots, NPCs, I feel like that is truly who or what an NPC is. Still respect them. Still respect the people who are still sleeping and don't get the message yet. But I think the ones who are truly still sleeping are the ones that take things so personal, or take things that are such a personal attack on them. And don't get me wrong, I do think certain things may be an attack on someone. You never know. You never know. But most of the time, in this day and age, you find a lot of people taking things personal, and they don't even consider your feelings. And it's funny because my boy, the God in the Game, B.O.B., released a song. I think it was Set the Scene. Yeah, he released, the next part of his Elements. But in Set the Scene, literally one of the first lyrics are, the people that love you the most are the ones who judge you the most. And it's funny because there was another bar where he said, it's not even against you. He said, I don't like the vibes that you keep around you. And he said, it's guilt by association. It ain't even about you. I love that bar, because it's so true. It's like people talk about how they work off intent and pay attention to intentions and what someone's intent and actions are, but then they still will take something that someone does personal. So it's almost like you contradict what you believe. And all of this has made my head ring for years. I'm telling you, years, man. I've had so many philosophical conversations with my teachers, and I love them. I ended up talking to them recently, and that was such a treat. I talked to so many of them. They told me, come back by the school one day if I'm ever in town. I didn't. I've been back. But maybe there'll be something to do, or maybe they could arrange something where I speak to the students. Like I've done this before for a different thing in the school, but I'm all right. It's just if I could deliver a message that just one person listens to, then I'm all right. And I think the truth is, to this whole human experience, is you have to live for you and your tribe. So whoever you decide is your tribe, whoever you decide is your family when you are in this game, or getting a little esoteric, but maybe you decided before you incarnated on earth, just look out for them. And honestly, don't let the things affect you that people say that don't know you or never have been around you. And that's a hard statement to make, because sometimes, like I said, back to the B.O.B. bar, sometimes it's the people that love you the most who are judging you the most. As I said, that little Instagram thing popped up from him. But that's what I'm saying, is like, take care of your mind. I think that's what it is to be a man, to accept reality, to be able to still get through the day, to be able to, even if your emotions are telling you, man, I just feel like having a lazy day. That's fine. If your body and everything is interconnected and telling you, hey, this is a day where we gotta rest, I gotta chill, then take that day. Don't push yourself to the point where it could be your last. But on the other side of that, hopefully, just me saying this, hopefully you are a disciplined person who is doing that, and not just someone who's not disciplined. And discipline, I honestly think that even looks different for everyone. But hopefully there's something you're doing consistently every day to better your life. And I think that is what being a man is. I don't think there's this old mano macho man shit that's really a man. But I do think that a little bit of that plays a role in what being a man is, to be able to stand for what you believe in, to be able and willing to die for what you believe in. I believe that, again, from the base of that, I feel like that's also a part of what being a woman is, to be able to do that. So I'm just saying, off of the basis of being a human, that's truly what I believe that being a man would be. To be able to stand for what you believe in and die for what you believe in. I truly believe that. And to be able to wake up, be grateful for this human experience that you're in. Know that if yesterday was a bad day, today is a new day. If even 30 minutes ago it was a bad moment, 30 minutes later you can make it the best experience of your life. And to not get too caught up in the bad that is unfolding in your life, because there's lessons in everything. And I really mean that. I really truly believe and hold true to that there is lessons for everything. And no matter what you go through with somebody, everyone is learning something. And I think now we're going to start getting a little bit esoteric, but that even before you came here, there were set paths that you put in line. Maybe a higher power you believe in put in line. Maybe you are the higher power. That set for you a set path of different forking realities and parallel realities that you set to, experience for yourself before you got here. And that every little moment is divine. I do believe that. I feel like because of how, scientifically advanced we became, and, today with social media and everything, that we forgot that every little moment is divine. I even feel like AI, nature, man. Nature is the matrix, I feel like definitely AI and everything, no matter what, and how digital this world becomes, that at the end of the day, you gotta remember that it's an experience. You just gotta be grateful for all of it. That's it. I just feel like social media and everything becoming too advanced just drag people out of remembering that it's all a game. Don't get too sucked into this world. It's an experience. So experience what you want, but don't hurt yourself by overindulging in this stuff. It could be dangerous. It could really be the end of you. People, I don't know, maybe some people think it's a joke, maybe some people don't see it. But I used to be really freaked out by those videos that I would see where it would show people walking glued to their phones and kind of like neglecting everything around you. Those kind of like caricature animations that people would put. It'd be like, oh, this is what society is becoming. But then you look around you and it's like, damn, like that is a reality here that can be surfed upon. But I definitely think with the minds opening around this time, the generations changing, the people becoming spiritual, I don't like the label too much, but the ones that are awakening, and whatever awakening is to you. And that's another thing about being human. Awakening in your relationship with a higher power is between you and that higher power. That is your truth. Fuck a Bible. I'm saying it right now. I'm sorry if I offend anyone. Fuck a Bible. Motherfucker, if there was a higher power that made you and made this whole game and made this for you to experience, why the fuck would it design a motherfucker here to write a book of commandments and things that you need to follow? I really think that the realest ones go back to certain law. I think like the realest book that could ever be written would be an amalgamation of every single book. I do think about like not harming other creatures just out of just, and there's certain things, but I don't want to get too deep in that one. But I do think there are certain fundamental facts to reality that you shouldn't do. I just personally believe you shouldn't go around murdering people, right? So I'm not saying we should go devolve to the fucking laws of nature. But You know what I'm saying? It's like, I just don't believe you have to live by exactly this Bible, and everything bad, like indulging in parties and everything, is sin. Even though this is coming from a person who does not party. I literally don't even like it. I don't like it, don't like going out, don't really like drinking, man. Like, you know, and it's like, I don't at all. Like, there was a point in my life where I was so against it that I made sure, like, people that I was so, like, clouded by that judgment that I'd even like people who drunk. And that is also a trauma, you know, that comes from my own personal life, from someone close to me. But, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, these are these things that are more the human experience that help me learn. But it's, you know, it's true. It's like, you know, after you get over those traumas, after you heal, after you really see the world in a different view, you know, it becomes different. You see this whole thing for what it is, you know. And I feel like people are really distracted by everything, man. Religion, corporations, everything. And I'm just like, yo, at the end of the day, it's your truth with your higher power, with your God, bro. There's nothing in a book that's going to tell Lunar how to commune with whatever this is. The only one that's going to know is you. And they tell you in all these shows, they hint at it. They literally hint at this stuff to y'all. To be a human, to be a man, to be a woman is truly in here. To believe in yourself. And I truly feel like you get sent back here till you understand that this whole thing is about believing in yourself and having faith that you could create the reality that you want to create. Because if not, what would be the point? Life has to be about the journey. They're trying to figure out how life began and how life ends and why life ends and why did life begin. But I'm really starting to realize it doesn't matter. It's the journey. We're already walking the path. You're already waking up in the morning. So you know what? Take it for what it is. I truly think that that's what life is about. Taking it for what it is. That was so wild. I swear, the light just hit my phone, and I saw like it looked like someone dressed in like all light, like it looked like they were literally dressed in like garbs of the sun. And like after it flared off my phone, it looked like they walked behind this bush. That just scared the crap out of me, because my intent just right now was to literally end the video. So that was wild just seeing that. Let's walk up there. I get hunted right now at the end of this video. What, some of y'all think that's an angel? Yeah, man, it was nothing. That was insane. It literally looked like I just seen someone that had like a gilded cape behind them. Like a gilded cape, head-shaped body and everything. And I just seen it as the sun. That shit was nuts. That was freaking cool. You see what I'm saying? Things like that happen. I would think I'm on drugs. But you know, I truly think that there are entities out here that help us and support us throughout this whole game. And I think paying attention to what people believe they are and aren't starts to change your energy and your perspective that these beings feel off of you and that are protecting and trying to stop you into a certain way, if that made sense. So I definitely think there are more positive, like higher vibrational and lower vibrational entities that play a fact in this thing. There has to be, man. You know, there's just weird things that science can't explain sometimes, and maybe the fundamental base science that we all know, like this is this, a tree, more metaphysical. But that was freaking cool. And on the sign of that, I do think my video is over because I didn't want it to get too long. But man, I must have angels protecting me, man. I don't know. That was wild. It looked like literally a full body person. I'm still stuck on that shit. But the truth is that, man, is, you know, like, here's another funny thing. See, to me, because I'm programmed to see angels like that, that kind of looked like an Olympian freaking, talking about they came down from Mount Olympus type figure, right? Like, it was like literally, what's the god of the sun? What's his name? Helios? Helios just was behind me. But it just made me think about biblically correct angels, and I just started laughing hysterically in my head. If you ever seen a biblically correct angel, it's like fucking eyes all over the fucking place, like freaking insane sacred geometry that the mind couldn't that the human mind couldn't even comprehend. This shit is just so funny to me. But I think, truthfully, the way I'm gonna wrap this video up is thank you for all the happy birthdays. Do your best out there. Breathe. Take a lap. You know, love your life, because you're the only one that's gonna walk in your shoes. And yeah, and I love you guys. Thank you for all the happy birthdays and the super kind words. And I'll see y'all later. Lunar out.